Hey guys, and welcome to the Pumpkinhead. My name is Jessie, and on this channel we talk about all things Halloween and spooky lifestyle, so hope you're ready to get spooked. In today's video I'm going to be talking about something that I've teasered in last week's video, which was the autumn bucket list. And I guess you've already read the title, but today I'm going to be talking about my autumn watch list, my Halloween season watch list. On this list is every movie that I watched during Halloween, during spooky season, and repeatedly have watched it over the past couple of years, and I've grown to love these movies. So I hope you love them too and you like this list, and maybe you don't know all of the movies, so you can go and watch some new movies for this Halloween season. I have categorized the movies so that's easier for you to see what you might like, and I have made two big lists, which is first of all the scary movie list and the not so scary movie list, and I've categorized these movies again, but you will see. So let's jump right into it. So let's start with the scary movies. The first category is classics, because I feel like these are Halloween classics that I've watched traditionally on Halloween the past couple of years, so that's why they're on the list. And I just wanted to mention quickly before I get into like the movies, all of this is based on my opinions, so don't feel offended if you don't feel like these are Halloween movies at all. Let's start with the first movie. The first movie that I can recommend is rather a franchise. It is the Halloween franchise. You know, guys, I love the Halloween franchise. If you don't know Halloween, it is a classic horror killer movie. A killer with a mask is trying to kill everybody, and that's not like the total story, but I don't want to spoiler anyone if you haven't seen the movie yet. So these are like the old Halloween movies, and there's also the new ones, and the third new movie that there is out, Halloween Kills, is coming out this year as well. So you can go watch this if you don't want to watch the old ones. But this one, Halloween 1978, is one of my favorite movies ever, because I love the way that John Carpenter is making horror and is making like these shocking effects in this movie without using jump scares. And I just love the character so much. It's just grown to be a cult classic. So yeah, Halloween is always a Halloween classic. And I just wanted to mention real quick that this is Halloween 3, and it has nothing to do with Michael Myers, but it is a Halloween movie as well, and it is a classic as well. So if you want to watch something that is Halloween but not Michael Myers, then maybe Halloween 3 is something for you. The next movie in this category is Trick or Treat. You know, guys, I love Trick or Treat so much. I love Sam, and if you haven't seen Trick or Treat yet, you have to. I mean, if you like scary movies, because I have to say, this movie it has jump scares, it has blood, but I really like it. It is a short story movie, like lots of short stories in the same town come together and form this whole masterpiece of a movie. I really like it. It's all based around Halloween, and it all happens in the same night, Halloween night. And yeah, I just love this movie so very much. So the next one on this list is Evil Dead. So this is the new one, Evil Dead, and this one is the old one. So there's also Evil Dead 2 and Army of the Darkness. If you want to go and extend your watch list, then you can go watch the other movies. And this one is the new one, and I like both very much. I like the modern take on it, but I like the special effects in this one because it's just so cold and old, and I just really like it a lot. This one is one of my favorite movies of all time. And why did I choose this? This is not a classic Halloween movie. It's more of a movie of a group of teens going to an abandoned cabin in the woods, and there are demons coming up, possessing them. And the reason why I chose this is because it is set in the woods, it is a spooky cabin, demons, and I just feel like it gives off some sort of autumn vibes, although it's probably not set in autumn. Evil Dead is a must-watch for me as well. The last one in this category is Poltergeist. I don't have a DVD to show you, but I'm going to show you some sort of pictures. So Poltergeist is one of the first horror movies I've seen, and I've watched it on Halloween night with my parents, and that's why it has become a classic for me to watch on Halloween. I like the old one better than the newer version, just because I like the 80s horror movie feel. If you haven't seen it, you have to watch it. It is about a family that needs to move to a new house in a new neighborhood, and suddenly they find out that it is some sort of ghosts, paranormal activities going going on in this house, and then suddenly their daughter gets sucked into, or is sucked into the other side, and you know, they need to find her, need to take her back, some ghost investigation going on, and yeah, it's just a nice movie. The next category is bloody and brutal, so there's a lot of blood, gore, brutality going on, and that's why I chose to make categories, because not everyone likes every horror genre. The first one on this list is a Rob Zombie movie. It is 31. Yeah, 31. It's about a group of young adults. This movie is about a group of young adults traveling around in a van, and they suddenly get inside of a haunted attraction, not by choice, and turns out this is not actually a haunted attraction. It is a killing ground, it is a hunting ground for horror clowns and many more stuff. I'm not really sure if it's actually a haunted attraction, but it has haunted attraction vibes to it, so that's why I said haunted attraction. So I don't want to mess anything up, and I don't want to spoil it too much. That's what I'm not telling you everything that's happening in these movies. But it is a very brutal, very Rob Zombie movie. If that's not your cup of tea, then maybe this is not a movie for you. But the next movie, another Rob Zombie movie, House of Thousand Corpses. I love this movie. It's one of my favorite movies ever. It's again about a group of young adults travel around. It has lots of horror, classic horror, and lots of Halloween feelings to it. And the teenagers travel on and they go to a house, which is the House of Thousand Corpses. And guess why it is called this way? But I'm not telling you exactly what is happening in this movie. But yeah, you can guess. There's a lot of blood, a lot of gore, a lot of, yeah, disgusting things happening in this movie. The next movie I don't have as a physical copy, again, is Terrifier. It is about a horror clown that wants to go on a killing spree for a teenager. It happens on Halloween, and yeah, it's bloody, it's freaky, it's horror, and I like it. So now our three movies that could actually be their own category, but I didn't want to make things more complicated. So the next movie is Halloween Haunt. And I told you already that in my autumn spooky bucket list that I love movies about Halloween haunts and haunted attractions. So this one is exactly this. It's about a group of teenagers again going to a haunted attraction, and turns out this haunted attraction is full of people that actually want to kill the teenagers. Surprise. Yeah, I really like this movie again. Then we have another haunted attraction movie. It is called Bloodfest. It is about a it is about a horror festival, and this movie is, because I like horror so much, it is so cool because it has all of the horror aspects in it. There's a guy that is really into horror movies, and he wants to go to this horror festival with his friends. His father is totally against it. He's a psychologist, and he wrote a book, Why Horror Movies Destroy People, something like this, and he wants this horror festival not to happen. He does not allow his son to go there, but he goes anyway, and bad things are going to happen on this festival. So yeah, check this movie out. I really like it. And the last one in this category is Hellfest, another Halloween haunted attraction movie. Again, a group of teenagers going to a haunted attraction. You know the deal. You know what's going on. The next category is Gothic Victorian ghost story horror. You know what I mean. The first one on this list is Interview with a Vampire. I like this movie. It's not too scary. It's very long, so you have to you have to sit down, relax, and really take in this movie because it is really long. It's about a vampire that tells the story of his life. And it has the so cool aesthetics, like Gothic Victorian vibes. I really like it. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. I really like it. The next one that cannot be missing on this list is Sleepy Hollow. If you haven't seen it, go watch it now. No, first watch the video till the end. Sleepy Hollow is so beautiful. It has the perfect aesthetics. Oh my god, it's a story of the Headless Horseman, and yeah, it's a Tim Burton movie, and it can only be a good movie with this. The next movie is a movie that I don't know if everybody knows about, but it's a very good movie. It's The Woman in Black, and it's very aesthetically pleasing. If you like gothic horror ghost story movies, it has lots of fog, lots of graveyards, spooky house. I'm just throwing in keywords so you kind of get the idea of what this movie is looking like. Gothic Victorian, which we love, and ghosts. I know we love ghosts. So I really like this movie. It has Daniel Radcliffe as the main character. He visits a town. He's from London originally, and he visits a town because he wants to take care of the estate that the died owner of this place has left behind, and he kind of notices that something weird is going on with this place. The last one in this category is the Conjuring franchise. I have this movie as a representation because I guess this cover already feels very autumnal, very gothic, spooky, Victorian. I know that is not particularly Gothic Victorian, but the house and the surroundings and this image like this is giving me Gothic Victorian vibes, and that's why this is on this list. I love this movie. I guess by now most of the people have already seen Conjuring or know what it is about. I really suggest this movie during Halloween, and I really suggest most of the movies from the Conjuring universe. Now I have the next category, mystery. I have 2 movies on this. I don't know if this is the right category for these movies, but for me it's mystery kind of. So the first one is The Grudge. I really like the movie. I know there's the original Japanese version and people say that this is more scary, but I've watched it and I cannot even tell if this is more scary like the Japanese version. I really like this one, and it has been I don't know why I like it so much. It is scary. The first time I watched it, I was like, I don't know, 12 years, 13 years, and I was scared when I watched it. I guess there's also a more recent one, but the old ones, like 1, 2, 3, really good movies. The next one is The Ring. I love The Ring. The Ring 1 and 2 have been one of the first horror movies. I have not been able to stop watching these. I know them very well. I probably know every word in these movies, and there's already a new one, Rings. And yeah, I'm just throwing in some keywords again so you can get an idea of what this movie feels like. We have spooky imagery, spooky movie. We have a spooky well, spooky houses, psychiatry, mystery, secrets, and overall it has foggy autumn vibe. The last scary movie category is short story movies. I don't know how you feel about these, but I really like them because I like seeing many short stories in one movie, and one of my favorites of these is Tales of Halloween. I know there are some cringier moments in this movie, but it is again a movie that is set on Halloween in one town. Several stories all happen around the same time. It gives off autumn Halloween vibes, and this is everything I need sometimes, and I've been addicted to this movie when I first watched it. So yeah, I can really suggest this. The next one is this. I bought this just last year. It's called A Night of Horror, The Nightmare Radio, and I've just watched it once, but it's still on this list because I want to watch it this year again. It is about a radio presenter that has a show called The Nightmare Radio, and it's all about based on the horror genre, and he tells spooky horror stories to his listeners, or his listeners tell spooky stories to him. We have several spooky stories and we have a twist in the end. So I really like this movie. When watching it, I can only suggest it if you want to be entertained with many short stories. And the last one in this category is not particularly Halloween. It is called Holidays. It is a horror movie with several short stories, all based on the holidays, and there's even a Halloween movie. So the 8 holiday stories are Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Halloween, Christmas, and New Year. So if you want to have only the Halloween feelings, you can skip to the Halloween part. But I tend to watch it every year during Halloween. I don't know why. I wouldn't watch it for Easter. I don't know. It's just a short story horror movie, and I feel like I needed to put this on this list. We have made it through the scary movies, and now we can talk about the not so scary movies. First category we're going to talk about is Halloween vibes. So which of the movies give off Halloween vibes? And the first one is obviously Nightmare Before Christmas. I know it gives off Christmas vibes as well, but for me it has the perfect Halloween aesthetics, and I really love this movie. Just, I don't have to say anything more to this movie. We know why we love this movie. The next one is Halloween Town. The first time I watched Halloween Town, I wanted to be Marnie so bad. I wanted to buy my own broom, become a witch, and live in Halloween Town for the rest of my life, and I was so devastated. It's not, it's just a movie and it cannot be true. I was so sad and I actually cried, and I was so into this movie that I dreamed about it. And yeah, I just really love Halloween Town. The next movie is Fun Size. It's been a while since I've watched this movie. Like, I haven't seen it yet last year, but there was a year where I watched it 3 times in a row. And I don't know why. It's just probably because it gives off the Halloween vibes that I love so much. And it is about a young teenage girl that wants to go to a Halloween party with her friend, but turns out her mother wants her to babysit her little brother, and a lot of things are happening this Halloween night. It's going to be very chaotic, but it's going to be very Halloweeny. The last movie in this category is Boys in the Trees. This one is a little bit more scary, I have to say. But I really enjoyed this movie because I guess it has a deeper meaning to it. It's not only spooky scary, but it also is about friendships, growing up, and making decisions. But it's also very Halloweeny. So it's set on the day of Halloween. So yeah, I just wanted to mention this so to make sure that it's actually a Halloween movie. The next category is magical, and the first one on the list is obviously Hocus Pocus. The classic witchy Halloween movie set in Salem with the 3 Sanderson sisters. We love it, I know. There's also Hocus Pocus 2 coming out this year, which I'm so excited about. I've already mentioned it in my autumn bucket list video. The next one is Witches, and there's also a new version, and I like both. The next one is The Craft, and what can I say? Like, Nancy has been my dream character. Like, I wanted to be her. I wanted to look like her so bad when I was a child when I first saw this movie. And there's also a new version of the Craft movie out, and I really like the new version as well because it feels a little bit more researched into the Wicca and yeah, actual witchcraft practices. It feels very, although it's not real, it's like actually special effects witchcraft, but you know what I mean. You have to watch both versions and tell me what you think about the newer version. Okay, the last one in this category is Harry Potter. This needs to be on the list because Harry Potter gives me so much of the autumn vibes. I guess we all watch Harry Potter during Halloween or spooky season, autumn season, you know what I mean. I guess we all do this, and that's why it's on the list as well. Next up is the category Paranormal, and the first movie on this list is Paranormal, which is one of my favorite movies ever. I love the look and the feel of this movie so much. There are more movies on this list that have the same look and feel to it, and it's about a boy that is totally in love with horror and spooky stuff, so yeah, it's right up my alley. The next movie is Ghostbusters. I don't have to tell you more about this. I guess Ghostbusters has been a classic for a long time now. There's also a new Ghostbusters movie that is on Disney Plus, I guess. I'm not sure. I don't want to tell anybody wrong information, but it has this Finn Wolfhard, one of the actors of Stranger Things, in it, and I really enjoyed the new version of it as well. Then we have Haunted Mansion as well, a Halloween classic, spooky mansion, ghosts, paranormal stuff going on. And we all love this movie. The next movie is Monster House. I guess not everybody knows this movie, but it's a freaking great movie. I love it so much. And it has like this feel to the movie that I love so much. Like these figures that look like Play-Doh. I don't know why. I just love these movies so bad. And this one is one of my favorite movies ever. Next up is Goosebumps. I guess it's a classic. The next category I called Gothic. I know it's not particularly gothic, but it feels gothic to me. It feels like spooky gothic vibes. I don't know how to portray this, otherwise you will see the movies and know what I mean. The first one is Frankenweenie, Tim Burton movie. Do I have to say anything else? I love this movie so much. It's basically a story of Frankenstein, but just with a dog. And there's even a short movie, Frankenweenie, with a real dog and real people. Next up is Coraline. Do I have to say say anything else. We love the pink palace, just the aesthetic. I would totally move into this house. The whole aesthetic of this movie is so beautiful and I love it so much. Then we have The Addams Family, classic to watch during spooky season or whenever you feel like it. There's also animated movies now, I guess 2, and there's also a show coming up this fall on Netflix called Wednesday, which is only based on Wednesday as a character. Then we have Corpse Bride, another Tim Burton movie. I love this movie so much. I know I say this with every movie, but it's just my childhood favorite movies of all time that made me the person that I am now. And yeah, it just feels so Gothic Victorian, ghosty, spooky, everything, but not in a scary way, but more in a wholesome way, in my opinion. I just love it so much. Next category is vampires. The first one on this list is Twilight. I know Twilight, not everybody likes romance. Yeah, I'm not the biggest romance fan, but I do like Twilight because of the scene it's set in. Like, first of all, vampires, and second of all, the woods and everything. I just really like the scenery of this movie, the colors, and how it is, you know, the aesthetic of everything. I just really like it. This rainy city called Forks, vampires, werewolves. I don't want to miss out on Jacob. But you know, the next one is Dark Shadows, another Tim Burton movie. And yeah, it's just a fun family vampire movie with a vampire that wakes up from a long, slumber, whatever, and realizes that he's in a completely different time period. I just love the aesthetic of the movie, the colors. The next category is mystery, and the first one on this list is Knives Out. I love this movie. It is a like mystery, murder, crime, detective story. Many awesome actors are in this movie, and yeah, I really like the twist of the movie. There's also a second part if you want to watch more of it. And the next one is Lemony Snicket, which is a story about 3 siblings that lose their parents in a fire, and they have to move to their nearest relative, and they absolutely hate him because he only wants their money and their like their heritage. That's the word. There's actually a family secret as well, and I really like the story a lot. The last category of movies is no category. I don't know where to put them in, but there are not so scary movies. The first one being Beetlejuice. It is a classic movie that needs to be watched during spooky season. The next one is this one, Little Shop of Horrors. I guess everyone knows the plant. It's about Seymour, which is the main character, this one right here, and he finds this plant, and turns out this plant can only survive if it eats people, and he's willing to do everything. And the last movie on this list is Hotel Transylvania. Every classic horror monster that we know is in this movie, and it's in a way that it feels wholesome and cute and sweet, but also still has like a little bit of a spooky feeling to it, and I really like it. And I like all of the Hotel Transylvania movies, so you can go watch all of them. Well guys, that's a long list. I hope there were movies that you didn't know yet. And if you did know all of them, please let me know which is your favorite movie on this list. And if I missed some movies that you think need to be on this list and that you watch every year on Halloween, you need to tell me. And leave me a nice comment if you want to. If you like this video, you can actually like this video or give me a like. If you want to see more spooky Halloween content, then you can subscribe to my channel, support me in that way, and join the spooky Pumpkinhead community. I'm very grateful for everyone that's here supporting me, my channel, and me on my Instagram. By the way, all the links are in the description if you want to get in contact with me. Then feel free to follow me on Instagram. But this video has been long enough. I need to end it now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye guys!